Assalamu alaikum, dear students. We are studying new syllabus mathematics. It's book 4. Now we will start chapter number 3, which is of probability. Probability is at number 40 of your CIE syllabus, and in new syllabus mathematics D2 it's chapter number 15, and new syllabus mathematics D4 it's chapter number 3. So let's start our lesson. Let's first of all we will define what is probability. There are different definitions of probability. Probability is a branch of mathematics that deals with the calculating the likelihood of a given event's occurrence, which is expressed as a number between 1 and 0. Or probability theory is a mathematical phenomena of chance or randomness, or it can be defined as the probability is the numerical evaluation of a chance that a particular event would occur. There are different terms used in probability. So to solve the probability problem, you should know these terms. First of all, experiment, or this is also called a trial. What is an experiment? Any activity performed where the result is uncertain is called an experiment. Examples of experiment are tossing a coin, rolling a die, picking a card from a pack of 52, seeing what pizza people choose are all examples of experiments. If we roll a die, we know that we will get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, but we do not know which one of these will exactly get. Outcome. One of the possible results of an experiment is called an outcome. There may be one or more than one outcome. Now if you look at the experiment examples, tossing a coin is an experiment, and what will be the outcomes? There may be head or tail. If you roll a six-sided die, the outcomes of this experiment will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Sample space. The collection of all the possible results, outcomes of an experiment is called the sample space. It is denoted by S. Now in this collection, when we will write this in the form of set, we will write all the outcomes, whether they repeat or they do not repeat. But when we studied set and we defined the set that the collection of well defined distinct objects, and we write a letter which repeat or number which repeat once in the set, but in sample space you have to write all the results or outcomes in the sample space. Event, a single result of an experiment that favors the probability and is denoted by E, or capital letters A, B and so on. A single result of the experiment. Possible outcomes, all the possible results of an experiment are called possible outcomes. Favorable outcomes, the results of an experiment that favor the event are called favorable outcomes. Example of all these definitions. Now the experiment is rolling a six-sided die. What is the possible outcomes of this experiment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. What will be the sample space? It is the collection of all the possible results. So S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the form of a set. Number of possible outcomes, N of S, cardinal number of this set is equal to 6. Event A, even number occurs. From this experiment, the first event is A, that the number on the die is an even number. So favorable outcomes are 2, 4 and 6. Number of these outcomes 3. Event B, favorable outcomes, multiple of 3 occurs, that the number when you throw a die, the number on the top of the die is a multiple of 3. So we will select all the results which are multiple of 3. The multiple of 3 are 3, a multiple of 3 are 3 and 6. So number of this possible this event is 2. Equally likely event. Two or more events, such each one of which has equal number of chances of occurrences. That is probability. Such an event where each outcome is assigned the same probability is called equally likely events. If S has n outcomes and each event A containing R outcomes is assigned the probability R over n. जैसे अभी डाई हमने पढ़ी थी उसके 1 2 3 4 5 आउटकम है तो हर आउटकम का की प्रोबेबिलिटी वो 1/6 ही है. Examples: if a coin is tossed, then chance of head appearing on the top is same as that of tail. The possibility of head is 1/2 and possibility of tail is also 1/2. So all the events has same probability. If you roll a die, rolling a die is another example of equally likely events. Each outcome has the probability 1/6. If you throw a die, you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 and the probability of each number is 1/6. So this is an equally likely event. Certain event. If an event will definitely occur in an experiment, it is certain or possible event. Uncertain events. If an event will never occur in an experiment, it is uncertain or impossible event. Fair or unbiased die. The word fair or unbiased means that all the outcomes are equally likely. A fair die means that each of the faces has same probability of landing facing up. A standard six-sided die, for example, can be considered fair if each of the faces has probability 1/6. Probability of 1, probability of 2, 3, 4 and probability of 6 is 1/6. Sum of all probabilities is equal to 1. Unfair or biased die. The word unfair or biased means that all outcomes are not equally likely. A biased dice means the probability of getting all the numbers will not be equal. That is probability of 1. If probability of 1 is 1/6 and probability of 6 is 2/6 or 1/3, then this is a unfair or biased die. The basic rules of probability. There are different rules of probability which you have to remember. First one is that for any event A, probability of that event lies between 0 and 1. The probability is always greater than 0 mean positive and it is always less than 1. Probability of impossible or uncertain event is 0. Probability of possible or certain event is equal to 1. And probability of not A, that is probability of an event not happening. If the probability of event A is happening, then the probability of not A will be is represented by a dash on this. A dash in probability is the probability of event not happening is equal to 1 minus probability of A. Sum of the probabilities of all possible events is equal to 1. Formula for probability of single event is probability of an event is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by number of possible outcomes. So this is the basic formula to find the probability of single event, and same will be used to find the probability of combined events. Examples. Now, if you roll a dice, what is the probability that you obtain a 5, a 3, an even number, a multiple of 3, a number less than 6? So these are different parts of this question. We know that when we roll a die, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So total number of the sample space is 6. How many times a 5 can occur? because there is only 5 in the die, therefore its probability is 1 and total numbers is 6, or 3 is also 1, so 1 by 6, and even number, so there are 3 even numbers in a die, 2 4 6, so its number is 3 divided by 6, number of event divided by number of sample space is equal to 1 by 2. A multiple of 3, how many multiple of 3s are there? 3 are there, 3 and 6, so 2 by 6 mean 1 by 3. A number less than 6, how many numbers are less than 6? 1 2 3 4 and 5, so there are 5 numbers which are less than 6, so probability of this event will be equal to 5 by 6. Again, a spinner is numbered as shown in the diagram. Each score is equally likely to occur. What is the probability of scoring? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and F, a number less than 6. So because 1 is 4 times here, 1, 1, 1 and 1. So its probability is 4 by 8. Total numbers are 8. Probability of 2, probability of 3, 4 and probability of 5. Because there is no 5, so it means this is impossible or uncertain event, because we cannot the spinner cannot show 5 on it, so its probability is 0 and 8 is equal to 0. And number less than 6, all the numbers are less than 6, so 8 by 8 is equal to probability of 1, so this is a certain or possible event. Now try these questions please, using this formula. One of these names is to be drawn from a hat. Determine each probability below. These are the names. P, probability of 3-letter name. How many names are there having 3 letters? Joe, Bob. Only 2. And total number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So its probability is 2 by 10 or 1 by 5. Similarly, you will solve these questions. This is my profile. Thank you for watching, and Allah Hafiz.